Hello there everybody, my name is Creepy Trucky and we're back at the parking lot working on my van. Now last time we have taken a look at this little engine mount, the rear engine mount or the gearbox suspending mount, and we discovered that this little part here costs $125 to replace, and I am paying that. So what I've done is try to repair it. You see the crack over there? Oh wait, the lighting's not good. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, here you can see where the silicone has come out of the crack. So what I've done is I mounted it on the table and clamp it down to open up the cracks, and use the caulking gun and put in the silicone right into the crack over here and let it cure. Now because the crack is quite deep, this curing process might take a week or so. So I'm gonna have to put this aside, and it's not going to be done in the next week because we still have to load it up again to open up other cracks and fill up those cracks. And after that we had to get some artist scalpel, basically carving set, a cheap carving set from a cheap buys shop, and to trim off the excess to make it look like there's no repair done to it, basically to hide the repair. And that process is going to take a while. So what else have I been doing today? Well, as you can see, these brackets, we'll come back to them later. But the main job has been doing this Christmas weekend is degreasing this engine. The new engine I bought that came off the pickup truck version of this series of vehicles by Mazda. And then you can see there's no grease left. Everything looks clean. You see a bit of rust, and there's still some liquid pooling around in there. Is there? Yeah, you can see an icky liquid over there. So that's why I'm hanging it out here in the sun for it to dry a bit, but it's going to take some time to dry off. Now I didn't bother degreasing a little bit underneath behind the flywheel over here. And no one's going to see that, and it's not going to affect performance or anything. And you can see the side of the block all degreased. Dipstick tube degreased. Going down to the sump, nice and degreased. Well, I can't get all the grease out of the sump nut thingies, this little groove here where all the sump bolts are. I can't get all the grease out, but I did manage to get most of the grease off. Even the drain plug over here looks pretty nice. And not so successful on this side of the engine where the carby is, because I don't want to take off the carby because I'm lazy. But I did manage to get most of the grease off. You can still see a bit of old grease over there, a bit of old grease in the alternator mount. Can you see it? I can't see it. It's too much sun. But yeah, the engine looks pretty clean. And you might think, I really should be putting this engine back and install it into the van. But that could be a whole day's job, depending on any complications. What kind of complications you might be asking? It's like, yeah, for one thing, like I mentioned earlier, this engine is from the pickup version. This is the pickup truck version of the engine, so it's slightly different, ever so slightly, and we can tell from the engine mount brackets that came off the engine. Now, these 4 engine mount brackets, these 2 over here are from the pickup truck engine, and these 2 over here are from the original van engine, which is this kaput engine over here. Now, if you look down, you can see the clearances, although that's very similar, the mounting angle is slightly different. So I'm going to have to use the old engine, mount bracket. Jeez, that's a mouthful. From the van, because we're going to fit it into the van. But there's a slight problem. You see, if you take this here and come back to the engine, and it should fit here, right underneath the what do you call this thing? The oil filter, and doesn't fit. So it will only fit with this bit over here, the corresponding this bit here. It will only fit, but as we mentioned earlier, there's a slight difference in angle. I'm hoping we can get away with it. Maybe next weekend I'll try to mount it on and see if I can get away with it. If not, I might have to modify this slightly by welding on a bit of metal to get the angle up to the correct angle to match the mounting bracket. of the van engine, for the van engine bay, which is right here. As you can see, the engine bay is clearly different from a pickup truck. So the engine mount engine mounts over here might be a slightly different angle. Here's the other engine mount to the pickup truck version. But the mounts themselves are rubber and can flex a little bit. We might be able to get away with using things that does not fit exactly. We might be. We'll find out. What else is there to do? What else is there to do? I don't know. So quite a bit of work. Well, today what's left for today is I'm gonna stick the engine back into the van. Well, I mean, the van I'm working on. Good thing about vans is they are their own tool shed, and I can stick up the old engine in there, some bars, various tools, my generator, which might need to use to fix the engine mount over there. Basically, that's about it. Not much else to do. Maybe I do have to change the oil on my rental van over here. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you might be asking, Creepy Trucky, why would you change the oil and even get an oil filter, right, for a rental van? It's not yours, it's a rental. Why do you bother? Well, the thing is, I rent this van for a long time and for a lot longer until I have finished repairing this van. So I'm gonna need the rental van to work properly, and the rental company's mechanic is shit. Yeah, I said it. He's terrible. When he did the oil change the last time, he put in too much oil, and that's no good for the turbo, nor is it good for the catalytic converter and the exhaust system. So I prefer to do it myself. Plus, I don't have to bring the goddamn van back to the van rental place and wait half a day for him to do the job. For me, all I have to do is jack the van up, put these pins underneath there, swap out the oil, swap out the filter, and Bob's your uncle. Oh well, I probably should get to doing that now. And so, once again, I'm Creepy Trucky, and I'm basically signing off by shutting this door.